The preamble to the J&K Constitution: we the people of the state of Jammu and Kashmir having solemnly resolved in pursuance of the accession. यहाँ पे याद रखना है, we have the mention of instrument of accession in the preamble of the state to India which took place on the 26th day of October 1947. ये date आपको याद रखना है. This is the date of signing of instrument of accession. To further define the existing relationship of the state with the Union of India as an integral part thereof, in preamble there is the mention that Kashmir is an integral part of India. The state of Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of India, and to secure to ourselves justice, social, economic, political, liberty of thought, expression, belief, faith and worship, equality of status and of opportunity, and to promote among us all fraternity, assuring the dignity of individual and the unity of the nation. यहाँ पे difference क्या है? In the Constitution of India, the preamble, यहाँ पे we have the words of unity and integrity of nation. यहाँ पे बस unity word use हुआ है. Rest, these ideals are the same. The ideal of justice, liberty, equality and fraternity. In our Constituent Assembly, this 26th day of November 1956, यहाँ पे ये याद रखना है. This is the date of adoption. In our Constituent Assembly, this 17th day of November 1956, do hereby adopt, enact and give to ourselves this Constitution. So Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, so the preamble of Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, it is similar to the preamble of Constitution of India, with some modifications, like we have the mention of instrument of accession, we have the date of signing of instrument accession, we have the mention that in Jammu and Kashmir is an integral part of the Union of India. We have the four ideals. Here we have the word unity, which is different from the words unity and integrity in the Constitution, and we have this date 17th day of November 1956, while in Constitution of India we have the date of 26th November 1949. आगे चलेंगे. The permanent residency क्या होता है? The Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, it defines the concept of permanent residency, जैसा कि मैंने बोला in part 3 of the Constitution. और permanent resident वो similar होता है like a citizen, and the permanent residents of state enjoy the rights which are not enjoyed by other non-residents. खास तौर पर the permanent residents, they have some property ownership rights which are not enjoyed by non-permanent residents. Special rights. There are certain special rights which are enjoyed only by the permanent residents of state of Jammu and Kashmir, like those matters in relation to employment under the state, acquisition of immovable property, settlement in the state and scholarships. What is the jurisdiction of the Parliament? Part 21 of the Constitution of India, it includes the temporary, transitional and special provisions, and under this, under Article 370, the state of Jammu and Kashmir has been accorded a special status. This article will be studied in detail in the next video. Even though included in the first schedule, the state of Jammu and Kashmir has been included in first schedule at serial number 15. Those provisions which are applicable on other states, they are not applicable on Jammu and Kashmir. What is the jurisdiction of Parliament? Union legislature has a very limited jurisdiction in case of Jammu and Kashmir. It can make laws on the subjects in the Union list. In fact, up to 1963, it had limited powers with respect to 7th schedule, because it couldn't legislate on the subjects on concurrent list. But now it can legislate on the subjects of both Union and concurrent list. The Union of India has no power to declare financial emergency in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and even the national emergency can be declared in Jammu and Kashmir on the grounds of war and external aggression, and not in the case of internal disturbances. The citizens of India residing in Jammu and Kashmir, or the permanent residents of state of Jammu and Kashmir, enjoy all the fundamental rights as are enjoyed by other citizens of India. But in addition to those fundamental rights, we have the right to property under Article 31 of the Constitution of India and 19 Section 1 subsection F of the Constitution of India. Hence, we have the fundamental right of property here in the state of Jammu and Kashmir. But The directive principles of state policy in Part 4 and the fundamental duties in Part 5 of the Constitution of India are not applicable to Jammu and Kashmir. Urdu is the official language of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, and English can also be used for the purpose. What is the relationship of state with the union? Under Section 3 of the Constitution of India in Part 2 of the Constitution of under Section 3 in Part 2 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir, the state of Jammu and Kashmir is and shall be an integral part of Union of India. And Section 147 of the Constitution of J&K in Part 12 deals with amendments, and it says that no bill shall be introduced no more in the State Legislative Assembly to amend or change Sections 3 and 5. What are these Sections 3 and 5? Section 3, it states that the Jammu and Kashmir shall and is an integral part of Union. And Section 5 means the executive and legislative power of the state does not extend to the matters with respect to which the Parliament has the power to make laws for the state under the provisions of the Constitution of India. The provisions of the state constitution, except those relating to the relationship of state with the union, may be amended by an act of the Legislative Assembly. ये याद रखना है that amendments can be moved in Legislative Assembly by a 2/3 majority. It is different from those amendments in the Constitution of India. If such amendment seeks to affect the Governor and Election Commission, it needs President's assent. ये याद रखना है. And no amendment of the Constitution of India extends to the state of Jammu and Kashmir except by an order of the President under Article 370, Section 1. Section 48 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir in Part 6 defines the Pakistan administered Kashmir as Pakistan occupied territory. There are 87 seats in the Jammu and Kashmir Assembly, but Section 48 of the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir also recognizes 24 seats from the PAK. The fifth schedule pertaining to the administration and control of scheduled areas and scheduled tribes, and the sixth schedule pertaining to the administration of tribal areas are not applicable to the state of Jammu and Kashmir. So this is it. This is a brief idea about the Constitution of Jammu and Kashmir. We will deal with it in detail in our next video. Thank you.